Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you about product empties. So this is my first ever product empties video. So basically, for those who don't know what that is, I've got a basket here full of products that I've completely used up, which I've loved, and there are also some products in there that I didn't finish because I didn't think they were that good. So it's kind of like a little mini review on the things that I've used. I've had the idea to film this for quite a number of months now, like even before I started the channel. So this little basket here has been gradually getting more and more full since the months have passed, and a lot of the products in here actually I'd used up before I even knew I was going to start this channel. So some of them are a little bit old and my memory isn't fantastic, so I'm going to have to try and remember what I liked or didn't like about them. So I'm just going to get straight on into it. So the first thing I've got is this Soap & Glory Flake Away Sugar Scrub. This is one that I just love the smell of Soap & Glory products. This is one that I've completely used up. The main reason I bought this was to scrub off any old fake tan that I have on. Since I bought this though, I have been using the Bondi Sands Tan Eraser, which is amazing by the way, which gets off the bulk of my tan. But I do still like to exfoliate my skin prior to fake tanning and just to make my skin really soft and smooth anyway. So I do like a good old fashioned exfoliator, and this one by Soap & Glory is really, really good. It smells amazing. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled any of their other products, but they just, oh, I just love Soap & Glory. It does work really well at exfoliating your skin and making it nice and soft and smooth, and it's not too harsh. Like some exfoliators can be a little bit too rough on the skin and can make your skin feel quite dry sometimes, like over exfoliation. But it feels like this one kind of moisturizes your skin as well. It's just really nice and soft, and I just can't get over the smell. I'm just going to keep smelling it because, oh, it's just so good. So yes, I definitely would repurchase this one. And along with this Soap & Glory products, I also have this one as well. This is a miniature version of the Sugar Crush, which again, I absolutely love. The smell is kind of different from this one. This one's like their original scent, but this one has lime, I believe. Smashed brown sugar and sweet lime. It just smells really fruity, really fresh, very different from this one, but they both smell incredible. They both work in the same way, they do the same job. I guess the main difference is the smell. I bought this because it was part of a set and I wanted to try it and see what the difference is between the two. There isn't really much difference, I'd say. Maybe the sugar scrub particles in this one are a little bit harsher, so if you have sensitive skin, I'd maybe go with this one. If you want to use this on dry parts of your skin, maybe like your elbows or your knees, then this would be absolutely ideal. Again, I definitely would repurchase this along with this one. Soap & Glory can't really do much wrong. I am obsessed with their products, so yeah, both of these exfoliators are definitely ones I would repurchase. Sticking with exfoliators and body scrubs, I bought this one from the Body Shop about a year or two ago, can't quite remember. I bought it again for the same reason as the Soap & Glory ones. I was looking for an exfoliator to remove my fake tan easily because up until the Bondi Sands Tan Eraser came out, it was a struggle to remove old fake tan, at least it was for me. So I bought this one from the Body Shop, and this was the coconut scent, which smells alright. I mean, I'm not the biggest coconut scent lover. It's alright, but I don't know why I picked this one because coconut isn't my favourite scent, so I don't really know why I went with this one. I probably wouldn't repurchase it just because I found that when I applied this to my skin, even though I didn't really scrub hard, it kind of made my skin feel like it was stinging, and it kind of made it a little bit red. And I don't know if it was like a reaction because it happened every time I used it, which I probably should have stopped using it once it did that a couple of times, but I decided to finish it anyway because, you know, I paid for it, I'm going to use it. But it was nice to try it from the Body Shop. I really do like the Body Shop as a whole, and I have quite a few of their products. But just for me, this exfoliator didn't work. It made my skin feel like it was stinging, and it was quite an uncomfortable feeling, so I just wouldn't repurchase this one. Okay, so sticking with exfoliators, this is the Tropez Prep and Maintain Tan Enhancing Polish. I definitely used all of this up. Yep, all completely gone. It smells amazing. This is the small version. I think it was part of a gift set, so that's why we've got the miniature version, but there is a full bottle which I'm sure I've used before. I must have thrown it away, but I have used it before. It is good for exfoliation. I would say you can use it alongside other fake tans. I don't normally use Tropez as a tanning product. I think it's quite expensive for what it is, but the exfoliator is good to use alongside any fake tan products. It's definitely good at removing old parts of fake tan and preparing your skin for a new layer. Is it worth the money? I can't remember exactly how much it is, but for Tropez it's normally quite expensive. I would probably say no, it's not really worth the money when you can go for something like Soap & Glory unless you have the money and you're willing to spend it. But there isn't a lot of difference between this and the Soap & Glory products, so I would probably go for the more affordable option. But it is a nice luxury, so if you want to treat yourself to a new exfoliator that you haven't tried before, or you want to go for something a little more high-end, then definitely give it a go. It is definitely an amazing product. How many times can I say definitely? Would I repurchase? Yes, if it was on offer, but probably not if it was full price. So I don't know, I would say overall yes, but there are cheaper alternatives. So the next product that I completely used up was the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Cleanser Facial Wipes. Up until like the last month or so, I haven't really used makeup wipes or face wipes to remove my makeup because I know that it is quite bad for your skin. Some of them are anyway, but these ones were on offer and they're part of the new range from Neutrogena, so I just thought I'd give them a go. I didn't really know what I was expecting from these at first because, like I say, I don't normally use face wipes to remove my makeup, but I just thought I'd give it a go, and wow, I was actually blown away with these. So in here you get 25 wipes and that lasted me about a month. Maybe just over. I found that you only need one wipe with these and you remove your whole face of makeup in one. And it also gives like a really soft feeling to your skin afterwards that feels like you've also cleansed your skin. I think that's kind of what the idea is, but it definitely works. I love how it just takes all your makeup off so effortlessly and so easily, and it leaves your face feeling clean. It doesn't leave your face feeling oily or dry or sticky. It just leaves your face feeling like moisturized and cleansed. The downside I would say is the seal isn't fantastic. It sort of does lift up a bit, so it can dry the product out a little bit, but I didn't really find that it was too bad because the wipes are so wet to begin with. But what I did was when I put them in my drawer, I also put like a cleanser on top just to keep the seal shut. But in terms of the actual wipes themselves, they are amazing. I don't really want to get into the habit of using face wipes to remove my makeup, like especially on a daily basis, but it's perfect for those days when you can't really be bothered to cleanse your face as well. You're tired and you don't really want to spend too much time taking off your makeup. These are ideal. So yes, I would definitely repurchase these. Okay, so moving on to Fake Tan. This one is Cocoa Brown by Marissa Carter. I probably used this about 2, maybe 3 years ago. There's still, I don't know if you can hear, there's still a bit of product in there. I never actually finished this bottle. As you can see from the top, it's kind of gone green where I haven't used it and it's been open a long time. I bought this when I was just trying out different fake tans. I wasn't sure what worked for me, what didn't. This one didn't. I applied this at night. It does say you can leave it on for an hour and then wash it off and it leaves you a tan, but I would definitely disagree with that. So I put it on at night, slept in it, and I remember that next morning that I woke up, I looked at my skin and I genuinely said to myself, oh my god, I have forgotten to fake tan. Because sometimes I get very sleepy and I just can't be bothered to fake tan, and I honestly thought that was one of those nights where I just fell asleep and didn't do it. And then I thought to myself, no, I can kind of smell that fake tan smell. I've definitely done it, or the bottle's leaked somewhere. And I looked at my skin and I was just like, there is no colour on my skin. I literally looked the same as before I'd even put it on, and that was before I'd washed it off. So then I went in the shower, washed it off, and I was pretty much back to normal, as if there was ever actually any change anyway. I did buy this about 2 or 3 years ago, so I don't know if the formula has changed since then. I know they do have a dark one now, which, based on my experience with this one, I'm not overly keen on trying, but maybe I'll try it at some point if it's on offer or something. But this tan itself just didn't do anything for me, and there's still product left. I didn't want to finish it up. I went on and tried something different and it just didn't work for me. So on that basis, I just wouldn't repurchase this one. Okay, so sticking with Fake Tan, I also have this one, which I think is pronounced Vani-T. It's V-A-N-I-T. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. Liquid Sun Medium Self Tan Mist. Like the Marissa Carter one, I didn't finish this one up. As you can see again from the lid, it's gone green at the top because it's been open a long time. You can hear I've probably got most, I'd say it's probably up to about here. Most of the product is still in there. I just did not get on with this tan one bit. I bought this from the suntan shop, I believe. So it must have been at least 3 years ago, because we don't have one around here. So when I used to get spray tans, I bought it from the suntan shop. They recommended it to me to use in between spray tans to kind of avoid that awkward pale stage. It didn't work for me. Obviously it's been a while since I used this, and as you can tell I didn't really use much, so I'm trying to remember what about it I didn't like. This one just didn't really give me that colour that I wanted. I think that was the main reason I stopped using it, and I also seem to remember that it was quite difficult to take off, like to scrub it off. So on that basis, that it wasn't dark enough and it was difficult to get off, and from what I can remember it was quite expensive as well. This one just wasn't great, so no, I would not be repurchasing this tan. Okay, so I'm gonna go on to makeup, and I've got a few different mascaras here. The first one is Max Factor. It's so old and I've used it so much that it's actually kind of come off. It's a False Lash Effect. So the Max Factor False Lash Effect, I did completely use this one up. I remember. I don't know why I smell everything, but yeah, I completely used it up. You can kind of see where the brush bristles are purple. That's not the colour of the mascara, that is just the brush itself. Like, it's completely empty. I did love this mascara. I used it quite a while back and I've been trying different ones since because I do like to mix it up a bit. It didn't leave me with like clumps. It gave me quite a nice natural looking finish. It wasn't like bold lashes, but it gave a really nice natural effect, and I would definitely repurchase this. I would probably repurchase it if it was on offer rather than full price, but I mean, it is a really good mascara, and yes, I would repurchase this one. The next two that I have, I didn't finish either of them. I'll start with the Rimmel Volume Flash Scandalise Mascara. I got this a while back and oh, it's literally clumping off as I'm opening it. I personally didn't like this mascara just because I felt like it was really clumpy on my eyelashes, and it kind of gave me that spidery lash look, which for me is not the look I want to go for at all. And I felt like the product dropped a lot, like along here. I mean, the brush itself is obviously very chunky and it looks clumpy just from looking at it like that. I didn't finish it. There's still lots and lots of product left in this, but I just didn't like it. I didn't get on with it. So for that reason, I would not repurchase this one. And then the last mascara that I've got is by Bourjois, and this is the Mascara Volumizer. This one comes in 2 steps. So the step 1 is meant to be like for the more natural look, and then you open up this part, which is step 2, for more of like a nighttime glam look. I personally didn't really see much difference. So you've got the first bit and then you've got the second part, but the mascara one just goes through that. It literally doesn't make a difference. What is the point? Unless I'm being really stupid, I don't see the point in that. It is the same brush in the same product. That's probably why I didn't finish it up. So it says on the back, like, step 1, the brush prepares for 3D volume, and then step 2, the brush transforms to create 3D volume. It's the same brush, it's the same product, it doesn't make a difference, at least it didn't for me. I thought it was a bit of a waste of money, I never finished it, and I obviously went on to another product, so for that reason I would not repurchase this one. So I'm going to stick with makeup. I have a couple of different foundations. This one is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD, and I've also got the Smashbox Studio Skin 15 Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. This one is the one that I used to wear before I came across this one. I used to be obsessed with this Makeup Forever HD foundation, wore it all the time, it was my holy grail product, and I thought, you know, I couldn't ever find a product better than this. Then I came across the Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation, and that completely changed my life. It's what I'm wearing now, it's what I've been wearing for the past few months. They're very similar in price. I think they're both £29 and you get the same, yeah, they're both 30ml as well, so you get the same amount of product for the same price. The only real reason I would choose the Smashbox over the Makeup Forever is because it just works better on my skin. I have quite oily skin and I find that this foundation does help to control that, and I find that my makeup does last longer with this foundation rather than this one. So on that basis, I probably wouldn't repurchase the Makeup Forever foundation just because it's quite expensive, and when I found a different product that works better, I don't see why I would choose that one. So I wouldn't repurchase it, but it is a good foundation. However, I would say yes, and I have in fact repurchased this one. So this one is empty. I tried to scrape out every last little bit that I could, and then I had to go and buy another one. It does last a long time. I had this for about 3 months before I needed to repurchase it, and that was being used pretty much every day. So it does last a long time. I find that it wears really well on the skin. I did also do a whole first impressions and review on this foundation on my channel, which I will link below if you want to see that. I absolutely love this foundation and I can't see myself changing, at least not yet, until I find something that is just as good or better, that's probably when I will change. But for right now, this one is definitely one that I will and have repurchased. I also have a concealer that I've been using for a very long time. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I've actually used it so much that the writing has come off. I've been using this concealer probably for about 5 or 6 months. It's the perfect dupe for the NARS Creamy Concealer. This concealer is only about £4 or £5. I got it from Superdrug. If you're looking for a drugstore concealer, I would 100% recommend the Maybelline Fit Me. So yes, I would repurchase the Fit Me concealer, and yes, I have done, and yes, I will continue to repurchase it. Okay, so I have a couple of different powders to show you. They are both from Rimmel. One I did completely use up and the other one I didn't. The one I did use up was their Clear Complexion powder. It's kind of like, I suppose, a drugstore dupe of the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which is what I use now. This one is transparent in colour, so it's meant to fit sort of most skin tones. It's been a while since I used it, so I can't really remember the good and the bad about it. Obviously I used it up, so I couldn't have found it that bad, but then I started to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder and I just haven't looked back since. If you're on a budget or you're looking for like a drugstore dupe, I would probably say, you know, try the Rimmel Clear Complexion powder. It's alright, but I wouldn't say it's as good as the Laura Mercier. Would I repurchase it? It depends. If I was on a budget and I was looking for something like quick and cheap that I could easily access, like from Superdrug or Boots, then I probably would repurchase it. But this one I wouldn't repurchase. I obviously didn't really get on with it. I found that it didn't really do much for me, and also I used to wear this back in the day when I didn't wear fake tan, so God knows why I bought one in the shade Sandstorm, because that does not match my natural skin colour. So I don't know if that's why I stopped using it, because it just didn't match, or if it just wasn't that good. I can't quite remember. But if you're looking for something cheap, I would probably recommend this one. I personally wouldn't repurchase this one. As you can tell, I didn't finish it, so there's obviously a good reason for that, but out of the two I would go with this one. But in saying that, if it was out of this and the Laura Mercier powder, I would 100% go with Laura Mercier. So I would say definitely not to repurchasing this one, but this one I probably would buy it as like a quick fix, but as a permanent thing, probably not. But for the purpose of this video, I'd say yes, I would repurchase it, but only on that basis. Okay, so the last little bits that I have is some skincare. So the first one that I have is by Clinique, and this is the Take the Day Off makeup remover. This is their miniature version, which I got in a gift set last Christmas, I believe, and I used it up fairly quickly. It took me a few months, but I definitely used it all up. In fact, there's a little bit left. Oh, I'm gonna have to use that. Definitely gonna have to use that. I found this to be amazing on my skin. It does take off all your makeup very, very easily. It does leave your skin feeling like almost silky once you've used it, which I thought was really nice, and it did leave my skin soft even the next day. I'm not sure how much the full bottle is, but I imagine it would be fairly expensive because it is a Clinique product and they are quite expensive, but they are very good. I probably would buy a full-size bottle, but I would probably wait until it was either on offer or there was some sort of deal with their products, because I do own quite a few of their other products which I love. So if it was like a deal or an offer, I probably would repurchase it. Obviously I used it all up, and I used it up a while back, but from what I can remember, there's like 2 layers almost, as if there's like an oil layer that has to be mixed in with the rest. So from what I can remember, you had to shake it up and to mix the 2 formulas, and then that was what removed your makeup. It is a very, very good product, and I definitely would repurchase it. So sticking with Clinique, this is their clarifying lotion, and I had it in the number 3, which is for combination oily skin, and this was the pink one. There is actually a little bit left in there, which I'm gonna have to use up because these products are not cheap. I'm a bit mixed with this one. I thought it was good, but one of the main ingredients in this is alcohol. I probably wouldn't repurchase this just because obviously it has alcohol in it, and I don't really find that it's that good on the skin, and applying a product like this that is very strong every day was just a little bit much. I do love Clinique though, and I do love their products, and their moisturizer, by the way, is amazing. But in terms of the clarifying lotion, I probably wouldn't repurchase it, just because of the ingredients, and it can be a little harsh on the skin, especially if you're going to use it every day. Another product that I completely used up was the Simple Soothing Facial Toner. I think Simple are a really amazing brand, and their skincare products are fantastic, especially obviously for those with sensitive skin. I don't really have sensitive skin, but it's always a good idea to use sensitive products on your face. So I found that the ingredients in this, especially compared to the Clinique toner, was a lot better, especially for everyday use. I used it most days and you only need a little bit and it went a long way. So for the price, which isn't much anyway, Simple don't charge an awful lot for their products. I think it's an amazing product to just go over your skin once you've cleansed it at night, just to remove any traces of makeup that you may have missed, and also just to give your skin that sort of soothing feeling before you apply your moisturizer. I love Simple, and yeah, I would definitely repurchase this one. And then the final product that I have is the Tea Tree Skin Clearing Toner from The Body Shop. I bought this probably about 2 years ago. I think the packaging has changed since then, but I have completely used it up. It has all gone. I found that especially at first it really did help with my blemishes and it sort of dried them out almost. But after a while, my skin, like with any product, especially for me, I don't know if it's just a thing, but my skin kind of gets used to products and then it doesn't work as well. So I constantly have to keep switching up my skincare routine, but I really did like this product. It also had like the 2 different layers of product where you had to shake it and then mix it together for it to work effectively. But I thought it worked really, really well. I would say from what I can remember, especially when I first used it, it does make your skin sting a little bit, but apparently that means it's working. And I did read quite a few reviews before I bought this and a lot of people did say the same thing. So if you are going to buy this, which I would recommend, just be aware that it might make your face feel a little bit tingly, but not in a bad way. I 100% would definitely repurchase this. I don't know why I haven't already. This basket that I've had full of products has been there for like months and I haven't gone through them. So yeah, this is definitely one that I would repurchase. So that brings me to the end of my product empties video. I hope you guys liked it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and also don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.